Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back into Crypto Mainly. My name's Lee. Thanks everybody for your interest in the channel. It's growing and growing, so I'm really pleased with that. Slow but sure. They say that plant a small acorn and it grows into a mighty oak tree. So that's what I'm hoping for. 194 subscribers, and sincerely thank you for all the comments, things on the channel. Let's just jump straight into the action. Okay, so this is my my scribbly chart, as I call it. This is my chart that I trade daily. As I said to you in the last couple of days, I've been sitting out of the market because although things were looking bullish, as we zoom in here, as things were looking bullish at the top of the pattern here with this breakout, which was a fake out, and a second fake out. I did say that it's very likely that because of the bearish divergence which was forming on all time frames, actually from the hourly up to the daily, that we are going to get some kind of correction. And sure enough, that's what we've got at the moment. I can see us getting down to the bottom of these, the range lows. Now the fib level. Now, obviously, I've drawn from the bottom here. Just turn this on. 1 second. Let me just turn my little highlighter on. Okay, so from the bottom here. So the fib measures from the bottom there to the top. And so you can see that actually the 61.8 is here at this level here at 40,230. And you can see that actually price is breaking below the 61.8 level, which of course suggests that we are going to get continuation to the downside here. If we look, actually I've drawn a little dotted line there. There is a little bit of a chance that we might get some kind of bounce from here. And the reason for that is if we go onto the daily time frame, you can see that that's this dotted line that I was just showing you there. So this dotted line here is, the joining of the wick lows from the daily. So there is quite considerable daily support there at that point. So if we just go back into the chart again. You can see that that's this very faded purple dotted line here. Just bring that up a little bit more as soon as we're talking about it now. Put that back up, make that a little bit firmer for you to see. The reason I had it, very faintly is because I don't think it's going to hold. I think we're going to break down through this. We may break down, then come back up and get a retest, and then follow to the downside, which may be a shorting opportunity there. So something along the lines of something like this, where you wait for price to, let me just draw that for you. So you wait for price to break down, and then come back up, retest this area, and then you'll get continuation to the downside. So for those of you that are brave enough to sort of trade this choppy price action, there could be an opportunity for a short position here if we come back up for the retest, and you set your stop a sensible amount above there. You get quite a good risk reward on there. So you could actually move the stop up to just give yourself some more wiggle room, because obviously the risk reward is so great there. It's so 2-to-1 risk reward is a sensible risk to reward, and that's something really maybe to think about. Not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Please make your own decisions, do your own research into the market before you put any of your money into it. Certainly, I'm personally sitting out at the moment because the chop of this choppy price action that's been going on has just put me off trading altogether at the moment, and I'm just going to sit down. I'm just going to wait until all of this has played out, and we get some kind of range resolution, whether that's a breakdown to the downside and further continuation, or we get some kind of reversal pattern down here in these lows. And then we see, prices start to take off from there. So this is the chart that we've looked at in the last few days. You'll see actually that the target zone has changed slightly, not too much. It's just the fib level now. The fib level was obviously, we were drawing from here to the top of the range, which I believe was here at the time. When of course now the top of the range is here. So the fib measurement now is the low here from the high. The 1.618. Is still it has actually changed now, so it's down at the 1.618 is at 35,800. So I mean, I'm going to say that I think that you know, I'll be looking for a bounce certainly at this level here. So that's at the 38,650 mark, 38,600. And if we look at the our larger time frame here that we've been talking about, you know, on this daily chart here, you'll see that the 38,600 is this point here. You see the red dotted line across there, which you know, we've spoken about this before, so forgive me for repeating myself, but it is the lows of the wicks here joined up with the intersection of this measured move. In fact, so yeah, I mean, I can see that happening. Let's have a quick look at dominance. Bitcoin dominance not really doing very much. It's in the same range basically. So you can see my blue squiggly line here. You know, we're staying within this range basically at the moment until there's some kind of range resolution from Bitcoin. We won't see any change to this, I don't think. We'll just have a quick look at Ethereum as well. And as you can see on Ethereum, we said that we think we're going to get the price coming back down to somewhere between so we're going to see something along the lines of a retest back down to the 29.50 was, I think, where I said I think we would expect to see the price come down to. Let's just move this out of the way a little bit. I still think we're going to see something along these lines, but we haven't actually seen this, you know, this go deep enough yet. I think we're going to end up down here somewhere. So let me just draw the lows of the range from there. Okay, so the lows of the range there, let's just change that to purple, the standard color. So yeah, just above 29. So 2,910 is the wick low of this range on a 6 hourly. Let's just check the 4 hourly actually, because it might be a little bit different. So yeah, there's a slight difference on the 4 hourly. So I'll go by the 4 hourly. Tend to be more eyes looking at 4 hourly than there are the 6 hourly. So that takes it down to just under 2,900 in fact. So yeah, we're going to still going to get something like this, where we get this. Let me just draw that again, so that's getting a little bit. So I think we're still going to see, you know, possibly something like this. So basically, if you look at this as a range, you know, it's kind of just sideways, you know, in short. I mean, we're going to just get sideways action, you know, in amongst this range. So the range is actually, you know, between the, say that, let's have a look. Let's just make sure, draw the wick. Just going to change that one up to the highs here. Okay, so the range we're looking at, you know, 31. So from down here at sort of 2,900 to 31.50, we're going to get some action for the next few days in this range before we get, you know, the lift off, which is coming still, I think, in the summer. But you know, I'm starting to think that maybe this range in action is going to carry on into May, and we're going to get, you know, that you know, perhaps some negative price action throughout May, as you normally would expect with traditional markets. As you can see here, actually, price is really trying to drive its way through there. Some of the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise that I just had an alert pop up. So let me just have a quick look at that, because that's the Dixie. And it's the alert, as I'm sure you saw, didn't you know, didn't bode well. Let's just have a quick look. As you can see, my little alert says up bad for Bitcoin. So yeah, the Dixie's breaking to the upside. So that's not good for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrencies. You can see that the Dixie is very strong. It's starting to break through and up. You know, it's going to be up to the 102.50 mark before we get any kind of you know, of decision or rejection, shall we say. It's already broken through this lower resistance. So we're going to get some continuation from the Dixie, which is going to mean that that's going to have probably a negative effect on the markets as the dollar does well. Obviously, people tend to you know, to sell their stocks and things into the dollar because the dollar's doing very well, and the same with cryptocurrencies. People will move the currency from fiat currencies, globally into the dollar, because the dollar is performing very well, which means that money will be moving out of other currencies into the dollar, and also from out of the stocks and things, and also out of the crypto market and into the dollar. So, it makes sense that we see that, Bitcoin already is breaking down below this channel now. So, yeah, I mean, the Dixie is it breaking out strong. And obviously the net result of that is that we're going to see some negative price action in the crypto world, unfortunately. But okay, guys, I think I'll end there today. Keep my eye on things. Just trade carefully at the moment, guys, if at all. It's very risky. The choppiness of the price action things is incredible, and it's been very difficult to trade the last few days. It's caught me out a couple of times, and so yeah, I'm happy just to sit out and just wait for this chop to sort of subside. Funding rates for Bitcoin are very positive at the moment, which would suggest positive price action to most people. But to me, that just suggests that there's going to be a wick down into the liquidity hunt just to take out all those longs. So the funding rates being aggressively green would suggest that price continuation is going to go higher. But the reality is, it just means that there are more aggressive sellers. There are more aggressive people going long. So the proportion of longs to shorts is more aggressive. And that would suggest to me that that's cooking up for this big liquidity hunt that we're gonna get, which I've been talking about for a number of days now. So I mean, be very careful at the moment, guys. Perhaps sit out and just watch what happens. It looks like we're going to get some continuation from the downside. When we see any kind of bottoming pattern forming at the bottom there and at the lows, that'll be time, I think, to start to actually look at what Bitcoin dominance is doing, and perhaps to start to invest again in our altcoins, ready for this nice summer alt season, which I still think is coming. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. All the best. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, ladies, for joining, liking and subscribing. It's great to see the female audience is growing and growing, and also the younger audience as well. So thanks ever so much, guys. I appreciate that. All the best now. Take care. Always remember, guys, take profits and buy something real. All the best. See you tomorrow.